Hey guys, what is up? It is Dalton here, and welcome to Video Game Finds number 58. Now this week, there is not a huge amount of stuff at all. It's nothing like last week at all, but there is one really cool item. I've never physically seen one before in person before. I've seen them online a couple of times, and I'll get to that at the end. But as the title says, it's all PS2 stuff this week. But it's not a whole lot of it, but there's one really cool item in here that I'll explain at the end. So, anyways, first thing here, which was just found yesterday, me and my brother Tyler went out and we went to Mr. Money, which is a pawn shop chain around here, and we haven't been to Mr. Money in a few months, so we decided to just stop in and check it out, see what they do, what they had, and everything. So, anyway, usually their prices are kind of high, so we didn't really expect anything exciting. But we went inside and found a few good games here. Two I already own, but there's four in here that I did not. So I'll go ahead and show the first two, which I already have. I already upgraded one of them. The other one I don't want to upgrade because it's my childhood original. And no matter what the condition of my childhood games are, I always want to keep them that way just because that's how I always had them when I was younger and everything. So anyways, I'll go ahead and show these two first. The first one here is Driver 3. Really fun game. If you guys like that kind of classic style of like Grand Theft Auto and all that kind of stuff, this and Driver Parallel Lines, these are great games for PS2. I'm not sure if they were released on Xbox. I would assume they were, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I grew up with this game a lot, and it was a really fun game, you know, playing it all the way up through, you know, playing Grand Theft Auto and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, this one is complete, and the disc is like brand new. I mean, this probably was played maybe once or twice, and that was it. So, very cool. That was awesome. And then this one here, also complete, 100%, Final Fantasy 12. And I'm going to keep the disc and manual. I actually already switched them with my copy and stuff, but I switched the disc and manual for mine, but this is complete as well. But my disc was a little bit more in rough shape, and the manual was a little beat up on mine, which was what was inside this one here. But the I would have kept the whole thing, but the insert on this one is kind of water damaged on the back, so I didn't keep the case, but I kept the disc and manual out of it. But that was really cool to find too. So there's that. And then these four I do not have at all, and I thought they were pretty cool. They're nothing too exciting, but they're I mean, I guess they're uncommon. I guess I hadn't heard of them before, so I thought that was pretty cool. But the first one here is Airblade, which is complete, very good shape. There's that one. This one is like brand new as well, and that is Commandos 2, Men of Courage. Also, 100% complete. So there's that one. Next one here is Final Fantasy 11 Online Wings of the Goddess Expansion Pack, which I thought was pretty cool. These are kind of hard to find because they're online disc, you know, bonus things. And this is trending. We looked it up. I'm not 100% positive on this, so don't quote me on these prices, but I was seeing these go for like anywhere from like 12 to 16, 17 bucks. It's kind of like a all around the place kind of price. But anyway, this one is 100% complete as well. It does have some writing above the title on the disc, but that's not a big problem to me. I mean, it doesn't even really affect it anyway. But yeah, 100% complete. That was pretty cool in there. And then the last one here is Warriors of Might and Magic, which is also in pretty good shape. And that one is 100% complete. So, the deal with these games was all of them except for Final Fantasy 11. Let me drop it first. So the Final Fantasy 11 one here. This one was marked at $5. It was in their glass case. But all the other ones that I showed you, like these three and then the Driver 3 and Final Fantasy 12, those were all $2 each, and those were on their outside shelf with like all the DVDs and stuff, so those were like just solid $2 each, and this one was $5. So when I calculated it all together, it all came out $16 for the 6 games, which made it like $2.67 each. So not a bad deal at all for those, which is really cool to find a bunch more PS2 games, you know, in the wild like that, especially from a pawn shop that usually used to have all their games at $5 each, which was, you know, ridiculous because I usually don't buy a whole lot of games that are just mostly filler titles for $5 each. It's just not, it's not really a good idea to do, because a lot of games don't, reach past that $5 mark in value or anything like that anyway. So it's kind of a pointless tactic. But I mean, if you really want to play a game, you want to pay $5, and that's fine. But usually when they're games that are just kind of, I don't know if I want to play it or not, but I want to have it in the collection, the $5 is just a little bit too high for my range. But I mean, $2 each is amazing. I mean, whether or not it's a game that you'll play or not, that's a good deal. So, very, very cool. Those were the pickups from yesterday. Pretty slow otherwise. Didn't really find anything from Goodwill or Arc or anything like that. But anyways, this is the item that I was telling you guys about last video. And I said I hadn't fully sealed the deal yet on it. Let me go ahead and go into a little bit of background details about it. I've mentioned this guy before many times. His name is George. I know him from Goodwill. I go meet him there every weekend because he does it for his job. He buys and sells a lot of things. And he was down, I believe, in the Denver area or something about a week ago. And he found this for me. And I thought it was probably one of the coolest things that I had ever seen anyone pick up in the wild. I had never seen anything like it in person. And these are fairly hard to come by. Honestly, it's really, really cool. But what I did was I did not pay straight cash for this. I actually traded him for it. He paid $45 for this originally from the Goodwill. And what I did is I traded him 2 NESs with all the cords and 2 controllers, Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt twice, TMNT 2, Total Recall, RC Pro-Am, and Rad Racer. I had about $70 in all that stuff, and I traded him for this item, and I thought I would pay this any day for something like this, because you never really see these ever. Local game stores like Games Ahoy and stuff that I have around here don't even have these kind of things. I've never seen anything like this in their store physically or anything like that. I've only seen these online, and they are very hard to find. So, without more babbling on, I'll go ahead and show it to you. But what I have here, guys, is a fat silver PS2 console. Now, don't get me, quote me on this or not, but from what I understand is that this is a United Kingdom special limited edition PS2. At least that's what I understand, because this is these were only being sold from United Kingdom and stuff on eBay and Amazon, from what I understand. It is the gloss finish. It is not like the basic charcoal black one that we have here in North America. So if you guys do know about this console, please let me know in the comments below or whatever. It would be really awesome, because I do not have a full understanding on this specific model. I know there is a Japanese one that is basically like the satin silver slim, because it's not gloss. But this one is pure gloss. I've never seen one at all like this one, but I have heard about them. And to be able to find something like this in the wild is extremely cool. This does work on North American power outlets and TVs and all that, because I did hook it up and I put just a basic copy of GTA San Andreas in it, and it ran it like a regular PS2 would. So, I mean, I don't know if it is a North American model and it's just, a very special limited edition of something. I never found out about it, like, fully. I did some pretty hard research on it, and I just could not find anything specific about it. So, if you guys know anything about these, please let me know, because that would be really awesome. But anyways, it came with the console. It did come with that matching stand, which is really, really cool. And then it came with power cord, but no AVs. But I mean, power cords and AVs are very hard to come by, and they work the same way with North American consoles, because they're the back outlet was the same. I just hooked it up with my currently hooked up PS2, so it worked the same way. And then it came with the actual matching gloss silver PS2 controller. This is the gloss one. This isn't just, the basic satin silver one, because it actually has that same texture to it like the actual console does. So for it to have the matching stand and controller and everything is incredible. It's really cool just to find that all together at once, especially from a Goodwill. I mean, physically, if I would have physically found that myself even, that would have been cool. But for George to even tell me that he found something like this and then he was willing to trade it to me, I thought that was even cooler. Just because usually he would have, took something like this, he would have probably sold it if I hadn't known him how well I do now. If this was a couple years ago and he would have found this, he would have easily sold this without even telling me about it. But since I've known him so long now, and how I've met him every weekend at Goodwill and stuff, you know, talk with him every weekend and stuff, he told me he would have rathered me, because he knows that I collect games, he would have rathered me have this than someone that he didn't, you know. So that's why I thought it was just really awesome for him to trade the two NESs and all the games, which I would have gladly done any day for something like this, because NESs are, you know, more easier to come by than a fat PS2 that's, you know, pretty rare. I've never physically seen one. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, telling with your friends. You know, it's really awesome that you guys come back every week, and I get to share this kind of stuff with you guys, the exciting, you know, rare stuff that I just come by. I mean, it's like, you know, I don't expect it to happen, but it just happens. I mean, if you guys know yourselves, when you guys go out and look for games and all that, you know, sometimes you just come across those gems and it's just awesome. I mean, you don't expect it to happen, but when it does, it's just a surprise factor, and it's a really awesome feeling. But anyways, guys, thank you for sticking around. I know it wasn't a whole lot of content this week, but it was definitely worth it to show you guys the special PS2 and everything, so I thought that was awesome. So anyway, guys, thank you. Take care. Happy gaming, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, guys. See you later.